Welcome to Sunday Prime on Idea TV. We bring innovation-driven stories shaping Africa and beyond. I am Chinatu Oji. We begin with Brussels, where a quiet storm is already brewing with ones aimed squarely at the world's digital giants. This week, the European Union turned its attention to Apple, Snapchat and YouTube, demanding to know how far they are willing to go to keep children safe in the vast, unpredictable world of the internet. For many years now, Europe has prided itself for having some of the toughest online safety laws in the world. Yet, officials say it's not enough. From cyberbullying to explicit content and addictive scrolling, the digital playground has become a dangerous space for the continent's youngest users. The EU's answer lies in the Digital Services Act, a sweeping law designed to hold tech platforms accountable. But now, regulators want to see if those rules are actually working. Under new investigative actions, the European Commission has sent formal requests for information to some of the biggest names in tech. Snapchat has been asked to explain how it stops children under 13 from accessing its platform, a task that has long troubled social media companies. Apple's App Store and Google Play must also detail how they prevent minors from downloading harmful apps, including gambling services, sexual content, and so-called nudify apps that create fake sexualized images without consent. Across Europe, the question of how young is too young for social media is gaining political weight. Inspired by Australia's social media ban for under 16s, Brussels is now exploring whether a similar restriction could work across its 27 member states. France already requires parental consent for users under 15, and Denmark is planning an outright ban for that age group. Regulators are also digging into how algorithms shape what children see online. The Commission has asked YouTube to explain how its recommendation system works and why harmful content still finds its way to young viewers. Similar probes are underway into Meta's Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, all accused of not doing enough to curb the addictive pull of their platforms. For now, the inquiries to Apple, Snapchat and YouTube are just that, inquiries that don't suggest any law has been broken. But they send a clear message: Europe's patience with big tech is now wearing thin. And now let's go to Senegal, where at the gleaming Abdou Diouf International Conference Center in Diamniadio, optimism filled the air. Senegal wrapped up the 2025 edition of its investment forum. Over 2 days of intense dialogue and deal-making, the country secured a remarkable $23.5 billion, more than CFA 13,000 billion in investment commitments, signaling renewed confidence in one of West Africa's most dynamic economies. 51 partnership agreements were signed, spanning energy, transport, education, and creative industries. For Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko, who closed the forum on October 8, the outcome was a clear statement: Senegal has succeeded in convincing, uniting, and engaging. Among the standout deals were a partnership between Blaise Dan International Airport AIBD, Gulewa Energy Industry, a tripartite energy pact involving ANA, Exim Finance and Senelec, and an agreement between APDA and M Academy to train young Senegalese in leather, fashion and creative design. For the government, these deals represent more than just numbers on paper. They are proofs, officials say, of renewed global trust in Senegal's economic direction, institutional strength and potential for sustainable growth. Still, analysts caution that the true test lies ahead. The forum's success will ultimately be measured not by the volume of signatures, but by the tangible impacts jobs created, technologies transformed or transferred, industries strengthened and value chains expanded. Closing the forum, Prime Minister Sonko issued a stirring call to Senegal's private sector. He also had a message for the public sector, urging civil servants to see businesses not as petitioners, but as partners. In another news, former UK Prime Minister RISHI SUNAK has stepped into the tech world, taking on advisory roles with Microsoft and artificial intelligence startup Anthropic. SUNAK, who remains MP for Richmond and Northallerton, said he was delighted to work with two of the world's leading tech firms, adding that all proceeds from his new roles will be donated to the Richmond Project, a charity he founded with his wife to tackle numeracy challenges in the UK. The Advisory Committee on Business Appointment, ACOBA, has cleared both positions, but warned that they could raise perceptions of unfair access or influence given Sunak's recent time in office. He has been barred from lobbying ministers advising on UK government contracts for 2 years. At Microsoft, SUNAK will provide high-level strategic perspectives on global trends. His work with Anthropic, a fast-rising AI firm competing with OpenAI, Google, and Meta, will focus on research and policy insight, operating like an internal think tank, according to Akoba. Tech policy was a hallmark of SUNAK's premiership, most notably his 2023 AI Safety Summit, which positioned the UK as a leader in responsible AI governance. SUNAK, who once lived in California and was long rumored to be heading back to Silicon Valley, has instead pledged to stay close to his Yorkshire roots. "If anyone needs me, I'll be in Yorkshire," he said in his final appearance in the Parliament. Now let's take a quick break. Sunday Prime continues when we return. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is still Sunday Prime. Now the rest of the stories. Cameroon launches Climate Innovation Hub to drive green technology in Yaoundé. A new wave of green ambition has taken shape. Cameroon has officially launched the Cameroon Climate Innovation Hub, a non-governmental initiative dedicated to advancing climate solutions and sustainable development, unveiled at the ICT University on October 2nd. The hub will serve as a national platform for research, entrepreneurship and collaboration in renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, waste management and urban resilience. Housed within the university, CAMC aims to turn science into solutions, connecting researchers, startups, businesses and policymakers to develop homegrown innovations that tackle the country's environmental and economic challenges. It also plans to train and empower young people with the technical and entrepreneurial skills needed to thrive in the growing green economy. The launch comes at a critical time where Cameroon is already feeling the strain of climate change with floods, northern drought and falling agricultural yields threatening livelihoods. The Global Center on Adaptation warns that without urgent adaptation, the country could lose up to 10% of its GDP by 2050. CAMC's broader goal is to make Cameroon a regional leader in climate innovation, transforming environmental challenges into opportunities for growth, jobs, and resilience. And now, OpenAI's new text-to-video app, Sora, has stomped past 1 million downloads in less than 5 days, a milestone the company says it reached even faster than ChatGPT did at launch. The app, currently available by invite only to users in North America, has topped the Apple Store charts, allowing people to generate 10-second ultra-realistic videos simply by typing text prompts, from scenes of city streets to fictional characters brought to life. Sora's head, Bill Peebles, announced the figures on X, calling the app's rise surging growth, but alongside the excitement, controversy has now followed. The tool has drawn criticism for producing AI-generated depictions of late celebrities such as Michael Jackson, Tupac Shakur and Robin Williams, sparking fresh debate about consent, legacy and digital ethics. Robin Williams' daughter Zelda Williams publicly pleaded with users to stop sending her AI videos of her late father. OpenAI responded, telling anxious that there are strong free speech interests in allowing depictions of historical figures, but said families or authorized representatives of recently deceased individuals can request their likeness not to be used, though it did not define recent. Sora has also been caught in copyright crossfire. Users have shared viral clips featuring recognizable film, game and TV characters, including one deepfake of OpenAI CEO Sam Altman joking about being used by Nintendo, and another showing him eating Pikachu. While Nintendo has yet to comment, the issue underscores growing legal tension in the AI world. Companies like OpenAI and Anthropic are already facing lawsuits from authors, artists, and studios over alleged copyright violations. Anthropic recently settled one such case for $1.5 billion. OpenAI says it is learning quickly from how people use Sora. In a recent blog post, Sam Altman pledged new measures to give rights holders more control over character generation and hinted at a possible revenue-sharing system for creators in the future. Still, questions remain. Is Sora the dawn of a new creative frontier or another flashpoint in the battle over who owns art in the age of AI? And on our next story, Nigeria is setting its sights on a bold digital future, one that brings ultra-fast broadband to the doorsteps of millions. By 2028, the telecom giant plans to connect over 8 million homes across the country through its FIBREX broadband network. A massive leap from its current 50,000 users, the initiative, according to MTN, represents more than a technical milestone but a mission to strengthen Nigeria's internet backbone and drive inclusion in the digital economy. Nigeria, MTN Nigeria's chief broadband officer explained that FIBREX is central to MTN's vision of a digitally connected Nigeria. Launched in April 2025, FIBREX is evolution of MTN's earlier fiber broadband service redesigned to offer higher speed, lower latency, and broader access. The move also aligns with the National Broadband Plan (NBP), which targets 70% broadband penetration by 2025 and aims to extend Nigeria's fiber network from 35,000 km to 125,000 per kilometer. It then emphasized that MTN's strategy focuses on fiber to the home (FTTH) and fiber to the business (FTTB) connections, technologies that guarantee consistent unlimited internet for everyday users. From remote workers and students to gamers and entrepreneurs, MTN says FIBREX will power the digital lifestyle shaping modern Nigeria. Beyond households, MTN also says that FIBREX also reinforces the National Digital Economy Policy and Strategy (NDEPs) and supports the Ministry of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy's broader connectivity goals. To achieve such an ambitious target, MTN is relying on partnerships with infrastructure companies, infracos, state governments and local contractors to address one of the toughest challenges in broadband deployments, last-mile connectivity. Yet, the road ahead isn't without challenges. It has acknowledged persistent issues such as fiber vandalism, inconsistent right-of-way policies and community resistance that have slowed expansion in some states. To manage costs, MTN plans to focus first on high-demand clusters, estate, residential communities and business districts where collective adoption can reduce installation costs. With FIBREX, MTN hopes to do more than deliver speed. It wants to connect lives, businesses and communities to a future where digital access is no longer a privilege but a way of life. Before we call it a wrap now, let's take another glance at the headlines. You heard that Europe's growing battle to protect children online is ongoing. You also heard that Senegal has secured $23.5 billion in investment commitment at 2025 forum. We also told you that RISHI SUNAK takes advisory roles with Microsoft and AI firm Anthropic. You also heard that Cameroon has launched a climate innovation hub. OpenAI Sora hit 1 million downloads faster than ChatGPT. You also heard that MTN targets 8 million Nigerian homes with FIBREX by 2028. We have more updates across the different social media platforms. Do well to connect to the handles displayed on your screen. I am Chinatu Oji. Thank you so much for your time.